Hey everyone, welcome to the video. Just going to recap the race that just happened at Auto Club a little bit ago. I hope you guys did very well. Let me know how you did in the comments below. Hopefully you didn't have too much Hemrick as he put up a real big dud for us. But anyway, back into the Dominators. I had Kyle Busch as my number 1 and Keselowski as my number 2, and that's exactly how it went. Kyle Busch dominated most of the race, and he probably would have led way more laps, but he got a speeding penalty that put him in 18th, but then he came right back up front. Got a little lucky with the caution, then he ended up winning the race and leading the rest of the laps. And he was only at 25% ownership in my contest, and that was really surprising. I thought he'd be higher owned, but I thought he was a fantastic play, so I was glad to be overweight on that. And then Keselowski, he led the second most laps. His car was just strong all weekend, and I really liked him. And he was starting 13th, so he got some nice place differential. So we nailed the 2 Dominators. For the place differential, Martin Truex Jr., I think he had a car that could have won the race too, but then Larson got into his back right end and really junked up his car, but he ended up pulling through into 8th place, so that made him a fantastic play. Eric Jones, this play was looking good the entire race. Then the last 20 laps, I don't know what happened. He dropped like a rock to like 20th place, so he actually got a negative place differential. I don't know what that was about. So it's going to be a L right there. Same with Bowman. He was looking good too, not as good as Jones or anything, but he ended up dropping in that last 20 laps too in that final restart. I don't know what happened, so he didn't do very well. Suarez did fine. He started 20th and he finished 13th, so nothing amazing, but he definitely had positive place differential. Daniel Hemrick, this one really screwed me. He showed amazing speed all week, and then he was doing fine. He was like in the top 15, then he hit the wall. Then he blew a tire, and they didn't throw a caution for some reason, so then he got laps down. Then he had to make another pit stop, so then he just got way behind and ended up going negative, and he ended up being a terrible play. It happens. And then Kurt Busch, he did fantastic. He started 21st, ended up getting 6th, so he was amazing play. I just didn't like the price, but if you played him, it was well worth it. He did really good. And then Paul Menard, again, kind of like Bowman and Jones, he didn't move too far forward. I know he got about 30 points. He finished 20th and he started 25th, so it wasn't anything special. He didn't blow you away or anything. And then if you've seen those asterisks, I added these plays after my video. Ryan Blaney, who he did really good. I really overlooked him. I should have put him in my cheat sheet. I don't know why I overlooked him because his speeds were just amazing. But he did great. He started 10th, and he was in the top 10 pretty much the entire race. He finished 5th, so it was a good play. And William Byron, I added him too. He ended up finishing 15th, and he started 22nd, so he did better than Bowman. And then I added Corey LaJoie because I really liked his speed. Matt Tifft went to the back, and so did Michael McDowell, so it kind of scared me a little bit, so I added LaJoie as another pump play. And he was doing fine. Then his car started smoking up. He had to make some extra pit stops. Typical Corey LaJoie stuff. So he didn't do that good. He only got like 12 points. Then for the cheapos, Bubba Wallace, he sucks. Really all I got to say. Although he did save Kyle Busch's day getting that caution, so we'll shut him out for that. But he was a dud. Michael McDowell, I got a little scared of him because he was going to the rear. But I think overreacted because he did just fine, so... He was good for a cheapo, and so was Matt Tifft, 5,400, and he had another good week just like last week. So Michael McDowell, Matt Tifft did just fine, and I think we nailed the fades. Austin Dillon, he was out on the pole. He didn't even lead the first lap. I thought that was a terrible play. He was like 15% owned for some reason. I have no idea why. Kevin Harvick, he's starting 2nd. His car just felt like a rock at the beginning, and he never got anything going. I don't think he never got up front. So. That was a good fade, especially at that price tag. He was about 10%. Almirola, pretty much the same thing with Harvick. I mean, he didn't do bad or anything. He finished 9th, but starting 3rd, he had no place differential upside, and it went negative. So, not a score, just the place differential went negative. Ryan Newman, just like the rest of these guys, they were starting way too high, and they dropped. Ty Dillon, where'd he finish? Yeah, Ty Dillon finished 27th, and he started... 16th, so it's just too far ahead. And David Reagan finished 25th, starting 19th, so they went negative place differential as well. So let's go with the winning lineup in my contest. It scored 319.25 points. It had Kyle Busch, Martin Truex, Ryan Blaney, William Byron, Matthew DiBenedetto, who I didn't have any of. I don't know, I didn't like him this week, but he ended up doing very well. And then Matt Tifft. So, and as I said, scored 319. That was the winning lineup. So if any of you had this, I hope you did. Let me know if you did. But anyway, I think we had an okay week. Just played a little bit too much Hemrick personally, and Bowman and Jones. So if you were lighter on those guys and heavier on the rest, you did pretty well. So hope you guys had a great week. We're going to have Martinsville next week, so all my videos out for that. And leave a comment, leave a like and subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you next week.